Hello and welcome back to another video, where I am recreating stealth. In the last video you saw, if you haven't already, go watch it, but I built the coaster itself and did the custom supporting on the top hat and the airtime hill, which was quite impressive for me anyway, because I absolutely suck at building. So trying to do stealth's top hat supports were quite tricky, and the custom supporting on the airtime hill, as many of you know, that it has the checkered, almost like the checkered flag, isn't it? The checkered flag on the bottom side of the support structure. But yeah, so if you haven't watched that, go watch it now. But in today's video, as you can see, I'm starting off with things I hate doing the most, and that's doing the buildings. I knew at the end of stealth there is this weird building, assumingly it's for the cable cart, just like maintenance stuff. I assume so anyway. So it's not really, like, it is detailed, right? But in Planet Coaster, oh hello, voice crack. But in Planet Coaster, you can't do this certain details, like the graffiti, for instance. But in this video, I have packed quite a lot in. I have spent a long time doing this, so it was quite hard to find things online, such as like that there where I put those doors down. It's not a door, it's a massive generator. I'll change that in later on in the video, hopefully. But yeah, so I took on the challenge of making this checkered flag thingy bob that they have on the side of the maintenance shed thing. As you can see, I don't know what I used, but I used something, flipped it upside down, so the flat end of it's only showing, and boom, created a really good effect there. I was quite surprised with myself how well this was actually going, and I did have a lot of times where I'd look at the colours and then look at the colours in real life and be like, that's completely wrong. But the problem is, there is so many different variations of the ride on Google, so obviously the paint fades away after time, so I end up changing that colour because now I look at it, it's kind of purpley, but when I was building before, it didn't look purple at all. I'm pretty sure it's teal, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, doing the bits that I don't really want to do, so the stuff that I'm going to get out of the way first, which is technically everything else because the coaster is done. But doing the fencing here was quite simple. What I've done is, off the top of my head, I've been building this, and also using Google Maps. Luckily, there's been, like, you know how these Google cars go everywhere. They've done that for Thorpe Park, luckily, and they've done the whole, well, mainly the Plaza of Amity Speedway. So it's nice and simple. I can just look at it on my computer and zoom in and be like, oh, that's that. Such as the safety netting here, which doesn't really make sense why you would have that there, because technically it would never, like, hit someone there, if that makes sense. Surely not, because if you're going up into the airtime hill, you're pushing. Anyway, I'm not an engineer. I don't know. But yeah, no, I've cramped a lot of stuff happening in this episode, which I've been taking a long time to do. That's why I haven't really uploaded like any big videos. Doing the shorts. Yeah, so I've never been really good at building, as everyone knows. So when I was looking on Google Maps, there's this like Coke machine, a vending machine, like Coca-Cola and stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, oh, how the hell am I supposed to build that? You know, it's so small. But I managed to do it. I was quite proud of it, even though it's a small little shed-looking thing. I used the creativity quite well. And yeah, I couldn't place down the vending machines at first. I thought that's because you had to have one of these generators. But no, it just means you have to have it on the path. And speaking of the path, I did try and find the closest identical looking path that matches the Amity Speedway. And that's this little, like, weird brick type thing. And now comes to the little, what are they called? You see them in F1, where they like corner bumps. I don't know. Let's call it speed bump for now, even though it's clearly not. I was using the new new pieces of the hello, computer. Thanks for talking to me. Using the new pieces for the aquatic theme. If I like pushed it down far enough into the ground, it kind of looks like it from afar. It's just a shame about like the bearings at the side, they poke out. But here we go, we're starting to fill in the plaza a little bit so I can gather some like idea of the spatial stuff, because I did have a couple problems with trying to scale it, if that makes sense, because it was quite difficult to scale in real life, and then comparing it to the game's guest's height. I'm still quite worried that the queue line, how you go under the launch itself, I'm worried it doesn't have enough clearance to put a path in. Fingers crossed it's okay. I probably should have checked it before I did. The station. So, as I'm doing the station, this took many attempts trying to look at Google Maps, because Google Maps didn't really help too much. I had to use Google to find pictures of the station itself, and it was quite challenging. And I noticed that you just saw there, one, they've added glass into the game. I'll imagine if they watched my video and were like, yo, we gotta add glass in, what am I doing? No, but yeah, two, they have like, the station has a slanted glass panel. So I was like, bloody hell, how the hell am I supposed to do that without looking silly? And you know what? It turned out quite well. I'm happy with it. I'm pleased with it. It does the job. But yeah. So again, like the checkered thing on the cable car building, it has it on the op booth as well. So it took a while for me to try figure out how it all was laid out. Blimey, it's going quite quick. I did say I packed in quite a lot, but like it had these like weird black things, like a holder almost, and that weird like what's it called, mythology piece suited it the best. So I had to go with that, but luckily I used the big brain and you don't see it. So yeah, that's what it kind of looks like for now. I haven't done the insides yet, but I did start to do the air gates. Stealth air gates are quite hard to do. They technically look like that, what I've just done in real life, but it was quite difficult because the real life one is a lot more, there's less holes basically in the fencing. So I managed to quickly get that done. I didn't think that was going to be a big problem. Maybe I'll come back to it later on in the future. But here we go. Here's the start of the traffic lights, or the 3, 2, 1 go 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 lights. I started to do like the little outline of it because it has like a metal looking holder, so trying to make that was quite difficult because there wasn't really any pieces like that. So this black, no, not black cube, this is a grey cube that I used, came in clutch a couple of times. As you can see, I'm doing like the outskirts of the building itself to add a little bit of depth. Here we go. Yeah, it kind of looks a bit weird. I know. I might change the lighting, like how it's done, because it looks a bit silly at the moment. And then this weird little bit next to the op panel booth. Sorry. I don't know what it is, but it's like a bit you can walk on, but it's a roof as well, and you can have like an evac, I think, on there as well. But here we go, starting out the station where the guests go up. Now, I don't think I'm going to like make this accessible to guests in the park, because I think the queue line is just a little bit too complicated, and I think it will ruin the aesthetics of, like, you know, that person that stands there with that ugly looking Planet Coaster themed air gate type. Yeah, I just don't think that's just gonna happen. It just doesn't look that good. So I've just gone for the raw thing. Like I said in the scaling, that's as small. I think that's one path now. I changed it to, because the scaling is massive with the paths. When you compare it to real life, that is anyway. But yeah, so you can see me. I've just put the railings in between, so it kind of creates that three-way. Kind of creates that three-way queue line. So the queue line fencing for the rest of it was quite tricky, as in the fact is, when you look at it on Google Maps, the fencing's quite weird. Yeah, it's not really a normal type or style fencing, so I didn't look into it too much. But I found those like with wooden beams with rope around it, and I was like, oh, these are only wooden things. But no, I found these ones, came in clutch. Oh my god, it saved the day. So I kind of just did an X because I think every single fencing section was completely different. So you know, I had to just improvise and just do an X. As you can see here, doing something a bit weird. I'm moving the airtime hill that way, and it's because I got the scaling wrong. So I had to. So everything was really like cramped together, which doesn't make sense like in real life because it is cramped together, but there's a lot of room. I don't know. So I did the most subtle way I can. I moved it to the right a little bit. Hopefully that'll be okay, fingers crossed. But it worked out in the end. I did have a struggle with like timing the coaster. You might see it in a couple of seconds, but it does roll back a few times, but I think I figured it out. Yeah, look, it just stay, and then it will just stay in the unload station, which is very weird. But no, I figured it out in the end, as you can see there. I had a ride on it just to make sure it doesn't like look too bad on ride, but no, it looks fine. So obviously I had to move the support structures there, which wasn't too complicated, in my opinion. But yeah, no, it's hard doing this, you know, doing recreations. You know, you do one thing and then you're like, oh, that's not quite right, and it's so hard to make it right, just because it's, you know, it's real life and this is a sandbox game. You know, I just try my best. That's all you can do. I found these lovely like fence posts. I don't know what they're called. And I don't know what they're under, but they worked really nicely. They looked a lot better. They fit, in my opinion, the aesthetic even more, and even better than that the 4-meter wall piece. So we're coming into the last clip here, and yeah, so I'm just kind of finishing off the station, but not for good, that is, just for now. And on Google Maps there's this like weird building. I'm not really sure what it's for, but I did create it quite quickly and quite accurately as well. I don't know what it's for or anything, but I put that there as a placeholder for now. And I really like how you can put paths on like a station. I think that works really nicely, because it covers up the station itself. So there is a slight colour difference, but you can see. So you can't really see the difference unless I tell you. But no, I really like that feature. That's a really good feature, because the stations are so awkward to play with. So I think having that like thing you can do, like adding in the paths around it, works really well. And struggling with the like speakers that Stealth has on the station, I did quite well after struggling for a while. This came in clutch. Oh my god, it turned out really well. Basically, I can't really describe it to you because it kind of just happened. And I'm quite proud of it, you know. A shame there's not really anything like that in the game, like a cone type speaker, but it worked, and I'm really happy about that. Yeah, so just finishing off the weird building, and then adding in the other weird building, which I think is the building for the picture building. Wow, how many times did I say building? Jesus Christ. There we go. This is going to be like the first properly detailed building I've done. As far as I know, this is a pretty irrelevant building in real life. It's not like an accessible building for guests. But this one was quite a challenge because it had arrows, not quite like that, but these are the only closest things I could find to it, so you have to bear with me with that. But the same principle as the checkered flag stuff on the wall, same principle. So it's black arrows, and then the background is white with like a black bordery type thing. So yeah, just bear with me with that. It does look a bit cartoony and a bit silly, but it's the closest I can make it. But yeah, I was quite happy in the end of this, but I did struggle. I always struggle when building. It's not really a me thing, but I do try my best. And if you want to see like behind the scenes of what goes on when I'm recording these videos in real time, make sure to join the Discord down in the description if you haven't already. I will upload, like I uploaded the pictures the other day, being like, I can't do it, guys, help me. But no. Yeah, so if you want to see behind the scenes, and just go on to my Discord, it'll be in the description. And I'll start posting on Instagram the behind the scenes as well. Something I've never done before. Maybe it's a New Year's resolution. So I kind of cheated a little bit here. There's no tyres in the game, like there were in the original. And I don't know how to make one. I'm not that smart. So I went on to the workshop and searched up tyres. Came up with the little tyre shop from Cars, the Italian. Which is quite cool. It's a really good recreation. If you go check it out, it's on the workshop. So I just borrowed the tyres because look at it, man. Like, I can never create that. But yeah, it's coming to the end of the video now, and thank you for bearing with me through all of this, because it's a tough one. It's a tricky series that I'm started, but I'm going through it quite strong, and hopefully many more series to come. But yeah, just filling in the last path here, and I hope you guys had a great new year, and I can't believe this is the first video of 2025. Fingers crossed this will be a good year. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more, and peace out. Bye bye. Thank you so much for getting this far into this video, and I hope that you have enjoyed. On the right of your screen, there is my YouTube channel for you to subscribe and for more videos. And on the left of your screen, YouTube has recommended this video. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching.